it's a 35mm camera, not a 35mm camera? Is it when it's a half frame camera? What is he going on about? Well, the camera I'm talking about today is a Olympus Pen EE. The pen line was first introduced in about 1959, and what it was the fact that Olympus decided that film could be a little bit expensive, and why not actually use 35mm film but halve the frame. So if we look inside this camera, and to open it you have to undo the bottom, and it slides off if I remember correctly, and it slides off, and here is a film I've just taken in it. But if you look here, that 36 by 24 is halved, right? I don't know if you can see that clearly in the light, but it is definitely half. So what does that mean? That means that we get double the amount of photographs on the film. So suddenly a 36 becomes a 72 exposure film. And okay, the lens, we are going to need a different focal length. The focal length of this lens is 28mm and the aperture is 3.5. So it's a fixed focus lens, so that could have some issues, but it's a camera which was designed to be a tourist camera or a traveller's camera, because the idea was that you could go on your holidays and you could get a lot more from your film, right? What they hadn't thought about was it wasn't just the traveller who wanted to get more, it was some professional photographers doing things like seaside photography. Or I remember back in 1984 I went on interrailing, and you know, sometimes you go on boats and cruises and things, or and there used to be a photographer at the end of the cruise. I remember I went round, of all places, it was somewhere in Amsterdam. I went round, I think it was the port. I went round the port in Amsterdam, and when we got off the boat, there was a photographer taking photographs of everyone who got off the boat, and he was using one of these. It has a cesium meter, so you don't have any worries of batteries. The only worry you've got is whether it works or not. And I find with these cameras, they either work or they don't work. And you can also tell how they are working, because if you've got bright light, it should close up less. So if I shine this at the bright light, it should, I notice that's opening completely, so I'm not quite sure if this is working or not. The only setting you've got is the ISO of the film, and that's the only, the maximum on this one is 100 ISO. Let's see how I actually got on and whether it worked or not. So this first image really shows the issues, I think, with half frame. It's absolutely fine, it's relatively sharp, the contrast is fine, but you can notice the grain. The same on this, and it's not just grain. We've got, remember, this is a fixed focus lens, so it's a bit of a compromise. Having said that, look, this shot, it's very clear what the writing is on the no parking sign, so this little lens performs very well. And again, this is slightly into the light shot for some issues, but I quite like it. There is an artistic quality you get with half frame that I really quite like. Plus, when you are shooting, it's a bit like shooting digital in that you aren't limited by the shots. You think, well, I'll try this, and if it doesn't work, it's fine. You can experiment a lot with half frame, and It's a very portable format. It's a very convenient format. Okay, it's not going to get you the highest quality images, but it's fun. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.